Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man proudly presents. You already know what it is, man. This is another episode of Comic Book Talk for Friends. I am your host, Leo Rockwell, for the 1-6 Scale Man YouTube channel. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going on over here on the channel. And I want to let y'all know something. Summer is almost over. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. You've gone to so many beaches. I'm glad that you've experienced life the way it is. I'm glad if you've gotten a chance to go to amusement parks, I'm glad you enjoyed it. But let me tell you one thing. Never, never, ever in your life, if your life depends on it, never, ever go to amusement park with Vincent Dunn Art. Never go to amusement park with Vinny. Get your cardio up. Make sure you got something to drink. Make sure you got the right sneakers on. Make sure you ain't dealing with vertigo. Make sure you got good ass knees. Make sure you are willing to walk for hours. Make sure you are willing to get on every roller coaster there is on God's green earth. Make sure that you don't eat until after you leave the park. Stay hydrated. Make sure you are clothed with the lightest material so you can breathe. Also, make sure that you tap out at the right moment, because if you don't and he doesn't see it, it's a wrap for you. Just to let you know.
Hey man, you be all right.
This motherfucker is paid in full.
That's the realest thing, man. I ever heard, yo.
He said you'll be all right.
You be all right.
He think he ain't paid in full. This nigga,
Pedro's like, I am a fan of your work. Straight up. Just
Thank you, bro.
yo, Pedro. Happy MFing birthday, my man. It is Pedro Lopez's birthday. He said it's my birthday. I am old. No, you're not, man. You in your prime, man. Happy birthday to our guy, the man we love, one of our good dudes out there, Pedro Lopez in the building. Happy birthday to you. You already know, man. Everybody give Pedro a glorious happy birthday, man, because I'm telling you, it's another year around the sun. You are still here, regardless of what's going on out in the world, man. You are surviving. You are here in the best place to be. And I am so glad that you are basically here supplying nothing but great content, commentary, everything out there in the chat. And you always keep it on point, man. So definitely everybody out there, happy birthday to our bro, Pedro Lopez, man. As always, we appreciate you. I'm not allowed to say nothing about the picture. Bloomer, I leave that to you, Vinny, and everybody else out there, man. But thank you guys for being here. Pedro, we got Prosty
right?
Shinobi.
She was in a lot of news this week.
Yeah, she was.
Who was that?
Shorty been showing the goods. I'll say that.
She was with what was she with? Bad Bunny and stuff like that.
They went to concert.
She made a lot of headlines because she was in this fan expo pic with the nips out and whatnot, and there was a lot of like innuendo talk in the comments about the pictures that she was taking with the fans, like sexualizing her, and people were making a big deal out of it. And I thought it was kind of ridiculous because she's been on the "Hey y'all, I'm not a kid anymore" world tour for a year now, trying to be more adult oriented with how she's dressed and how she's looking, so that way people won't typecast her as a kid no more. Alyssa Milano did it. Miley Cyrus did it. What's that?
Who's that?
Daphne King.
Daphne King. Laura Kinney.
X23.
Yeah. So she's been out there, literally for a minute now.
And that's kind of the vibe that Laura has.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like people are offended for her, that people are sexualizing her. I think that's what she's going for. That's not always a bad thing. Some women are going for that. So it's kind of odd that people are upset that people are looking at her as like objectifying her when she's trying to get out of the image of a child star. Like that'd be like when Molly started doing all the new shit that people were like, why are you talking about her body? Like that's what she's trying to get you to do, not as a kid no more. So
You already know, man. That's definitely what it is, bro. Already. But definitely, man. Thank you guys, everybody out there in the chat. We got a super chat. We got my man Star Wars Collective in the building. I appreciate you. What up, six scale people? Hype for tonight's Peacemaker discussion. Have a fun stream. Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Thursday, Friday. Thank you so much, man. You know we are always here, so I definitely appreciate you, man. As always. So yeah, man, we got some things to talk about. Prop, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man? You good?
Man, just living life, man. You know, just glad to be part of the party, man. You know what I mean? Just trying to get on here, man. Spit some of this knowledge that I got, man. This comic book knowledge that I have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to put out there right now, I ain't read none of the comic books this week.
Bro, don't worry about it. We'll get through it. We're gonna get through it. We got some things to talk about. We got a lot to kind of bring up here to talk about. So we'll get to whatever we can actually get to this week, man. You already know how it is.
Yeah.
You're a child support, man. What's going on with the name?
I mean, I just saw it. I was there's a post I was running by, came by on Facebook. It was like, what was the funniest screen names you came across? And I went through that and had a ball just looking at some of the stuff that people came up with out there. And yeah, child support was one of the names that came in the list. So
Child
it's
support.
something random added to the feather of names, if you will.
Child support. That is literally
An
one of
important
the names. Yeah. It is what it is, man. You already know what it is, man. But definitely, bro, appreciate you being here, brother. What's up? News? We got some news. What's up?
Nah, I'm looking at a raffle right now. Damn.
A raffle.
Yeah, I'm trying to win. Oh, just keep going.
Just
live your life.
We got Jedi
Almost,
Kid and
bro.
be back next week. He couldn't be here, man. I think he ducking us right now because he know we gonna be talking about some Superman, bro. I think he's still bruised from last week. You know what I mean? When he had to battle all of us at once, man. Even Superman got some bruises, bro. Like straight up, man. But nah, man, definitely thank you, bro. We'll see you back here next week, man. Rest up, as always, man. Before we you jump in, let me actually say what up to the chat, man. We got Malcolm Bay, WRNR, Real Negro Radio, WRNR. On your listening down tonight's selection, we're gonna be playing nothing but Black Love all on this station. Wow, for you bitch ass. Thank you for being here, bro. We got Mark P in the building. Thank you for being here as always. Pedro of call as well, the birthday boy. We got Fig Poser. What up, though, bro? Thank you for being here, brother. We got Prosty Shinobi in the building. Thank you for being here, man. Definitely appreciate having you here with us. We got Docinator, the Booty King, is in the building. Thank you for being here. Renz Talentino is in the building, bro. Thank you for being here as always, man. We appreciate you. We got the one and only Mark Lee in the building, man. Fresh off of just wrapping up with Lanterns now, getting ready for what is that? Starfighter as well, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here, brother. As always. Who else we got in here with us, man? Anybody else slide through? Anybody else coming through? We got the one and only Brandon Salad. Evening, Radical Gents. Thank you for being here. I am all up in this piece. You know what I mean? I can hear him saying that, bro. Anyway, man, we got Amber. Hey, yo, check it out. Hey, yo, so, prop, and hold up, prop and Bloomer, bro. So, you know when you like, you go to a party, like, so in your mind, when there's a level of consistency, you expect the consistency to continue, right? So, all right. So there was a birthday party this weekend, right? Now, mind you, I wasn't really clear on the time because I think in years past, it's been at a later time. This year
I
was
don't like
earlier.
this setup at all.
So
I
hold
don't
up.
like this.
So listen. So I get up, me and Toya get up, we have breakfast. I go out while she's getting ready. I had to go grab, my boy Johnny's son a gift. Did that. It's like, all right, she's done. She'll get dressed. I'll get ready. We're en route. Didn't know that the actual party started at, what was that, 2:00? I think it was
1
a little bit
o'clock.
more. 1:00. It started at 1:00. We didn't leave out until like after 2, almost closer to 3. So they were wrapping up. And when they said that they were wrapping up, they meant that they were wrapping up. But I was like, there's a small chance that when I arrive, not even a small chance, because I'm like, there's a level of consistency. Amber always makes them damn cookies, bro.
I heard about the cookies.
Yo, listen, prop. She always makes the cookies, bro. Always got them ready. They are always there, bro. And they're the soft, bro. You remember? All right, prop. Let me set you up with this. You remember the soft badge cookies back in the day, bro? They were called soft badge, bro. That's how her cookies are, bro. It's like that. It's like if you open up a fresh bag of those soft batches, the only thing that's different is that her chocolate chips are always melting, bro. They melt in your mouth, bro. The motherfuckers, pause. The motherfuckers are just that damn good, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna get some cookies. Bro. I get to this motherfucker, man, and not one cookie in sight. And she gave me the 52 fake out. Was like, yo, they're all gone.
So there was some?
All gone. Hold up. I'm getting to that point. She's like, they're all gone. There's some store-bought, though. I'm like, I don't want the store-bought. The whole purpose of me coming here was to get cookies that I know you would make. Only to find out, after the running joke had hit me for like a good 10 minutes, she didn't make the damn cookies in the first place, bro. And didn't bring them at all. There were no cookies made at all. So, Pedro, exactly. Where's my cookies, bro? And Vinny didn't even warn me, bro. He didn't even say, yo, there was no cookies here, man. Ain't gonna be no cookies. She ain't making them. They had me sitting on that need and that urgency. I wanted those damn cookies so bad, and they weren't even there. Amber, can you explain to me, since you're out the chat,
it sounds like you got a problem.
Why you refuse to make the damn cookies? Like, it's a party. You are known for making.
You need to go to Collectibles Anonymous, and you need to go to Cookies Anonymous.
It's a different. First of all, it wasn't at nobody's house. It wasn't a potluck. This was at a birthday party at a location. It was at a park. Nobody was bringing food. The only food there was just what we already had. So she was like, should I make cookies? And I was like, I don't know if you feel like it. She was like, I'll see what time I get back, because she had a whole bunch of running to do in the morning. By the time she got back, she was like, shit, I don't think I'm gonna have time for cookies. I was like, it's all good. We go to the party, and I'm like, all right, shit, when Leo gets here, he's gonna be pissed ain't no cookies. But so our boy Vic gets to the party, and it's like 2:30 when he shows up. Now the party is at 4. And Leo checks in, hey, what does he like? Like he wasn't even close to being there yet. And then he checked in later, like, what's the address? Now, mind you, it's 3:00. Yeah. The party's over at 4. I'm like, he ain't gonna get here to 3:30. Yo, Vic, wouldn't it be fucked up if you told him you ate the last ones? And then I just said it joking. Vic goes in the group chat and goes, man, what's taking you so long? I just grabbed the last 2. My bad. I didn't realize there wasn't no more. And then Leo just hot, all in the chat. I'm gonna fuck somebody up. He's just at that point I realized that was like, and maybe it was a little too cruel, because I was like, he really is gonna think that we just fucking with him. And when he gets here, realize, there really ain't no cookies. He's gonna be mad he even came in all. Yo, he showed up at like 3:45 to 4:00 party, like
no cookies, bro. None.
I don't even care. He showed up like, I fuck these kids. I just came because I thought there's gonna be some cookies.
The fucked up part, bro. The fucked up part about it was we left, and we didn't immediately go. What she say? Harathon 2025. We'll have some cookies. Do you know how long I gotta wait for Harathon, man? I don't
That's
even know
only
when
a
it
month.
is.
It's
Huh?
a month. It's
It's a
early
whole
October.
month, bro.
It's a month.
That's a whole month away from Saturday.
Bro, we got
You be
30
alright.
days, bro.
You be
So
alright.
listen. So we leave the party. I didn't directly go over to Johnny's house. We went over there later. We was like, all right, let's go down to Capone because I was like, you know what? At least I can get some funnel cake, bro. Because they got the funnel cake down there.
You
If
didn't
I
get
wanna
ran
grab
over,
that-
did you?
No, I didn't. Not
Did
that
somebody
day.
did drive into the
That's-
fucking.
Yeah, some bullshit ass person did some dumb shit like that today. That shit pissed me off and it sounded deliberate. Anyway, I get there, bro, and we go over to my Maisha was down there. She was selling like this finger assortments, like all this, finger food. She had cheese, crackers and all that. She sells this stuff. So we got like a little bag of that. We walked across the bridge. Toya wanted to sit down and eat. Now I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, all right, what time is the component close? She's like, oh, we got time. Don't worry about it. We good. I was like, all right, straight. Bro, we walk back over. I'm on the phone with my daughter. My daughter's like, Dad, can you make sure you get some funnel cake? I was like, yeah, cool. I got you. I should have known when we got across the bridge. I heard one of the security guards saying, oh, that's it. Pack up. We're leaving. 7 o'clock. I was like, wait. What you mean 7 o'clock? I get over there, brother. Funnel cake stand is closed.
Wow.
So I missed cookies and fucking funnel cake, bro. In one day. Ain't some bullshit.
Fucking order 66 ass day for you.
It was fucked up shit, bro. Look at Amber laughing her ass off. She's like, damn, that's fucked up. Man, can I commission some cookies, bro? You gotta understand, bro. Them 2 times. If it's Horathon or Christmas, them cookies is on point. I just gotta tell you that right off the bat. I don't know what the fuck they put in some cocaine, crack, whatever it is. Them cookies, bro. Yeah, them fucking cookies, man. That and she makes. Well, I don't eat the buffalo chicken dip. She makes that for everybody else, but I've heard it's good. I've heard it's legendary. Toya tell you it's legendary. She's So Amber be putting crack in the shit that she be making.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Buffalo chicken dip sounds fucking diabolical.
bro, it is diabolical, bro.
In the best way possible.
Yeah, it definitely is diabolical, man.
See how you looking at that shit like Martin on that when his mama bought that plate.
Yup, exactly, bro. Anyway, shout out to Amber for not making cookies this time, and hopefully I can't wait for Harathon. So yeah, I appreciate that. Now, before we jump in, man, and get to today's topics, man, I do want to give a shout out definitely to the places, of course, where we get a lot of our collectibles, our figures, and everything from. Starting off, you already know what it is, man. We got to start off with Vincent Dunn. All right. If you have actually headed over to his Instagram page, you already know that the store link is there. You click on that store link, and it'll take you straight here over to the Vincent Art page. I want to see what he might have actually put up some new stuff up here. He's always just putting some new things in there. So we gotta see what's going on. But yeah, definitely if you're looking for commission prints, hit my man up. Vinny will always make sure that you have everything that you need to proceed. Vinny, you want to tell him about the store? Anything you got coming up over here on the page, bro?
Yeah, bro. I have new piece I'll have next Monday up on the site, and but I have new Fantastic Four pieces, new Mr. Terrific and Superman, etc. on there, some Sinners. So new stuff coming after that, and have a con in October, end of October. So I'll be just working on just random stuff till then, and then gearing up for Inktober. And I usually pick some Inktober stuff to do prints of, so they'll be on there. But regular prints, buy two get one free at all times, and all kinds of stuff on the site. You know the drill. Feel free to hit me up if there's anything that you want that you don't see on there, and commissions are open, and I take care of you. Appreciate the love. As always.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for that as always, man. Head over there to Vincent Dunn Art. Click on the link, as you always know, man. Those goodies, man. Yo, you should yo, what up?
I want to say this, man. Vinny, I see that my poster is on the way, my print's on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they treated you like Sideshow or something. Like it was supposed to be here.
That should have been on Thursday.
Exactly. It's coming. So it was on its way. It was on the truck. And then they hit me with the message like, yo, we'll deliver it tomorrow. And then the next day they didn't have a delivery date. It was like Tuesday. So it'll be here tomorrow. But they do that all the time. The UPS is in Atlanta, which is a good 45 minutes away from my house.
Yeah.
Dude, they always attempt to deliver and then be like, nah, tomorrow. But I guess because it was a holiday, it jacked it up even further. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up because they told me.
This is the first time I've seen it. It's usually Sideshow. I always do. Anytime I get something from Sideshow, I always do that.
My bad, yo. You should have had that shit Thursday because I sent that in the mail literally the next day. You had.
Oh, I can see you did your part.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I can see you did your part.
Damn.
Yeah. He said, "Damn."
No, because like, why tell you a date? You know that's gonna be
bro.
I could see if it didn't get there till Friday, but
dude,
Friday
Vinny, there's been times
Saturday wasn't a holiday. That should have been there.
Dude, there's been times that truck was in the next neighborhood over, and then I get the message. Nah, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm like, yo,
that's bullshit.
They said, it's not far. Nah. We go home.
I don't feel like walking up them steps. Anyway, man, that's some bullshit. They do that shit all the time, man. They do that. I especially hate when it be new drivers around the crib. Like, oh, here we go with this bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to be chasing nobody like Bloomer, bro. Yeah. I am not trying to be doing no bullshit like that.
Yeah, high knees.
Yo, and they be lazy too. Yo, tell me why UPS delivered my fucking package to my girl's job because that's like a mile away, and they're like, I'm instead of stopping by the house, I'm gonna just give you this. And here it's saying it was delivered, and I'm like, shit, no, I was home. Y'all didn't deliver shit. And then she gets home and is like, oh, here they brought it in my job.
What? How the fuck did they know?
No, they know her. They know that she lives at this address too. So it's the same guy.
Okay.
So he saved himself a stop by just giving it. I'm like, you lazy motherfucker.
Yeah. They had you waiting there for your shit.
Here's the thing. I got an email saying it was confirmed, it was delivered. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. What the fuck? And it wasn't until she got home that I realized what happened.
Ain't that some bullshit?
They are mix-up artists. UPS, all of them. It'd be like, sometimes you'll get it early. Be like, okay, the next time I should get it on time. And then the next time you get it at 7 p.m.
Bro, yeah, fucking with people, bro.
Or like when they just want to get you regular mail, that should be there 9 a.m.
Yeah.
But you got something? You got something you looking for? 12 o'clock, 1 p.m. They will find ways to inconvenience you.
Bro, listen. So my Han Solo, my Shinhan T, and my fives should be here this week. Now I think my Feral Predator is delayed. I think it's delayed through Sideshow getting it from them to I don't know what the fuck is going on with them anyway. So they're on their way. I don't know if they're going to fuck around and do some dumb shit, but bro, it's been a crazy, these delivery is on some crazy shit. So I just got to cross my fingers and hope that shit arrives when it's supposed to. So we'll see.
Yo, you know what? I think I got my let me check, man. I think I got a notification for for Wolverine, yo.
For real?
I think so. I know this sounds crazy, man. For the Hugh Jackman. Let me make sure. Let me make sure they change the date. Yeah. I got a notification for my Wolverine.
When was this?
I got the note. So it hasn't. It's just saying on the 5th. My payment plan is for the 5th. But I got the message saying that it's going out on this day. Make sure your credit card and all that stuff is up to date.
You got that from Sideshow?
From Sideshow.
So that basically means
everything else already done adjusted.
So that means that they're gonna probably put that shit out tonight. Or wait though. Wait. Which one did you get? Did you get the Wolf? Did you get the Artisan Wolverine or the Wolverine from Deadpool?
I didn't get Deadpool.
Okay.
Deadpool
Okay. Just making sure.
I didn't know there was Artisan.
Yeah, it was. It was an Artisan.
I must have missed that whole episode.
Yeah, so it's definitely out. Anyway, speaking underground, we got my man Ray over there, Underground Figures. making sure that you have everything that you need. Again, no NRD, shipping and handling is definitely reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date as to when your figure is going to be arriving or new figures being revealed. Create yourself an account because you never know when it might be free shipping or a discount code on the figure of choice. That's my man Ray over at Underground Figures. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you. Also, we want to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Hawkwar's Toys, the Tale of Two Rays. Again, making sure that you have everything that you need to proceed in this particular space, man. Again, proud sponsor of everything that we got going on over there at the Figure Flex Friday. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you. Also, our guy Jacob, aka Mr. Arby's, want to hit him up as well, making sure that he gives you everything that you want, you definitely need. No NRD, shipping handling is definitely, well, actually, no, it is NRD, but shipping handling is reasonable. As always, man, he got the comics, he got the figures. Hit him up, he'll definitely take care of you as he always does. Also, we got to give a shout out to Brian Wong over there at Maju Case, Maju Space. If you're looking for an incredible display, hit him up. I have the mono, but you can get a display option of your choice. Hit him up, and he'll definitely take care of you as always. And last but definitely not least, we want to give a shout out to El Diluvio Tino Cruz, making sure that she makes, she's taking your figure experience from here to there with her rooting prowess. Hit her up, tell her I sent you, and she got your back as always. And as always, she does, man. Bloom, I want to ask you something, man, because I need the full details. I basically need the full details as to what the fuck is going on right now. So I guess anime is not being delivered to the United States right now. Is that correct? If I'm correct, I just, well, Bloomer's not here, but
Well, from what I'm hearing, sorry, I had to jet back.
yeah.
From what I'm hearing, yes. Not only that, but I'm hearing if you buy it from Minden Game, some of these well-known 112 retailers out of the Eastern or Asia territories. Yeah, because of what's happening right now, they have shut things down. Similar to what's happening with the Australian Post, um, with the pop culture. So that is definitely affecting that market as well, if it hasn't already been affected through other means. But it's a tough time right now in terms of getting things out of Asia, and all these different territories, period. I'm really curious to see how these industries are going to try to pivot because this upheaval is not going to change anytime soon. And it's definitely not going to change until after this administration is done. And that's not even a guarantee because the vestiges of this administration may carry on into the next. We have no clue. Um, and so there is a lot of financial uncertainty when it comes to uh, everything trying when it comes to importing or exporting stuff into the country. So yeah,
Now, is this
I
just
don't think
anime?
that. Yeah,
Is this
this is like more like the when it comes to like manga and
okay?
physical things that are being shipped out of out of the country. Um, Anime is one of the largest exports when it comes to Japanese offering of like media and culture. And so they make a lot of it's one of their biggest things. So
Yeah.
I'm
And then
very
I
very
read that there's a $80 minimum fee attached to anything that we order out of seas. It was something $80 to $200 fee.
yeah. I
Like
think
the minimum is $80.
if it's this
Per
certain
item.
amount, it will be 80. If it's this certain amount, it'll go up to 200. There's like thresholds for things. Um, and it's definitely, when it comes to these tariff things, these are affecting us as toy collectors because we already have fees on top of fees,
Right.
to deal with. And this is why Leo is going hard in terms of promoting the raids because these people are actively combating the bullshit that's happening and been happening for the last 5 years when it comes to collecting and the fees and the increasing increasing prices
Mhm.
when it comes to this stuff. Uh, so yeah, it's a really scary time for anybody that is a collector of manga, collector of any Japanese or Asian export right now because just the where the political climate is right now. Everybody is not getting along. Um, the people on the other side will say not to panic. They've been saying that
For the
since
longest
January.
time, yeah.
So I don't know what you want to say now at this point. Like, this stuff is really affecting us, even all the way down here to
Yeah, yeah.
toys. Like,
Well, some of
damn.
the effects still, some of that stuff is happening now, but some of those effects aren't going to be felt for a little while, especially when it comes to those tariffs.
Yeah.
So it's coming. I don't know if it's going to change. The people who are feeling like
Mhm.
everything is fine, I don't know if it's going to change, but they're going to feel it here soon if they're not already.
Are we tired of winning yet?
Yeah. A lot of winning happening right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man.
But those other marginalized people you don't like, yeah, they're scared. You did that. You got them. You took away their health care. Yeah, you did that. Good
Yeah,
job.
yeah. It's damn.
Everything else is crumbling around their feet. You did that though.
Yeah. That's
Education, laughing stock. Prison complex, laughing stock. Go to the doctor's office is the laughing stock. Veterans are getting treated worse than they ever been or comparable to they always have been. It's a problem since Herbert Hoover when he called the army on the army when they wanted to protest against the government then. These
yeah.
are generational problems that haven't been fixed. But yeah, you go after the people you don't like because they live a different way.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I heard this shit and I'm like, wow. Well, it wasn't that we didn't see it coming.
Mm.
And it's not something that you can definitely turn a blind eye on, but it's happening out there, bro. And it's an unfortunate situation. It's really
Mhm.
fucked up, and it's not going to end there. And we already know where it's headed. So,
Mhm.
fuck, man. Like I feel bad. I really, really feel. You know what I mean? I may not be as directly connected to the anime world, but still, um,
Mm.
you know, um,
You got to think about how this impacts how much they're going to print, right?
yeah,
That also impacts the translators that take from Japanese to English,
Yeah, that's true.
Japanese to French, Japanese to Spanish. And all of these people who have been making a good living off of these translations and this money being consistent because of that industry being so strong. Now it
yeah.
takes the day. Well, there's a lot of these questions that I hope people have been already on it and trying to solve them before that shoe had dropped. Because if they're trying to do that right now, it's going to be tough to dig out.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like I said, man, I just hope and pray like there's better days coming, bro. Um,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? And especially in this particular space and what everybody's dealing with and yeah, yeah. Anyway, move on. I want to move on to some more lighter conversations, man. If we definitely can. I want to talk about this week's artist, man. I wanted to kind of pull. We talk about old school constantly, man, but I want to talk about the new school as well. And this is Lucas Wernick, of course. If you're unfamiliar with his work, if you've been basically following, such titles as X Men, House of Power. I mean, House of X, Powers of X. You know what I mean? Everything that basically happened with the fall of X. Then you were definitely familiar with this man's his work on even like the Hellfire's Gala. That tutorial, that editorial we got with Storm, which was absolutely fantastic. A lot of his work with Storm as well is absolutely fantastic as well. Again, great artist, vibrancy, and definitely one of the new up and coming, or that's been here for a while, artist, that's given us, definitely, a good body of work. Most of his X titles are look at him, man, that's incredible. A lot of his X titles have been, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, man, really, really, really loving his work.
Did he
Just
do any of the Hellfire Gala stuff? That looks
yes,
similar
yes,
to
he
some
did.
of.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
I'm
did.
like, well, I've seen this. I've seen the DNA of this artistry before.
Yes, he
So
did. Yes, he did. He
yeah.
basically had hands on in with the Hellfires Gala.
So
Uh,
I'm pretty sure I have a few of his covers. If it was the stuff with the Judgment Day ones, yeah, I have a couple of those.
yeah, yeah. So he definitely had, hands on with that. And again, a lot that was going on with the House of X, Powers of X. Also the Marauders as well. So he's definitely an incredible artist, and the one I watch out for. Vinny, you familiar with his work, man?
Um, I'm way behind on X-Men titles, but I am current on Storm. So I've been
Yes,
reading
yes,
Storm from the jump, and he's going to be a household name. This is one of the best young artists in the game. Like I
yes.
said, I'm behind on X-Men stuff, but from what I've seen, from the feedback I've seen from other people talking about stuff that I haven't read, uh, I am definitely excited to catch up on more of the other titles that I'm behind on to see some more of this art, because the art in this Storm book is just incredibly stellar,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's one of those reminders that no matter how important the character is, like it's still really important to have a strong creator team to drive a solo title. And Storm has had been one of the most famous characters of Marvel for years and years, but she's never really had a solo title that stuck until now. And I think
yes,
between the
yeah. That's
writing and the art, I think it's a title that's here to stay. The sales are doing great, and
yes.
we're constantly seeing this book like memed and have buzz and talked about all over like Twitter and
Bro,
Instagram.
comic book
That's,
TikTok ate that Storm shit up. When
did
they
they
did
not
that
like?
fucking bro, when they did that little Beyonce shit to start off that little run, they
Yes,
oh my god, they ate that up.
it was so great to see, right? Because it was like that's kind of what works like now with Gen Z, right? Your
Right.
TikTok, Twitter, and your TikTok comic books and all those social media stuff where they latch on to something and they just run with it. And the Storm and Doom stuff and the Storm in that ball and that gala, like everything from there on, it just put so many people onto it, and it's such a beautiful thing, because I think all the people who
Mhm.
maybe like heard the word of mouth for this book, like when they jumped on it, it wasn't like, oh, here's a moment that everybody's gassing up, and it was like that's it. Every single issue of this book is just banger after banger. It's such an easy read comic. It's not dialogue heavy. The story is strong and the dialogue is
Yes,
important, but the
yes,
action is the star of the
yes,
comic. So the
yes.
action drives the story. So they take kind of long to kind of tell some of the stories, because they're
The
focusing a lot
tie-ins,
on
yeah.
action. So
Mhm.
they're the artist. The art throughout the book is the star.
Yeah,
It carries the title. So this isn't a book to just like, I love them, but not to like Claremont on with a lot of exposition and verbiage. Like this isn't that. This is a good strong story. It's not like it's a dumb title or anything like that. But it's meant to read at a fast paced, kinetic, beautiful style, because every page is like an art book. It's just beautiful. The coloring is phenomenal in it, and the art is, and the way that he draws Storm is just absolutely gorgeous.
phenomenal.
And
Yeah,
the book is also has a cosmic flair to it. So there's so much uh, is so much bigger than a typical street level story. So he has so much range from her, storytelling in a book to go do all kinds of really cool designs and panels and layouts and splash pages. So my man is just shining in this. So I can only imagine he's doing the same for the other titles that he's working on. So definitely a great pick, because this is a young man that I feel like is going to be one of the big household names in the near future.
yeah, definitely is, man. I'm loving everything, especially with the Storm Mag, and on top of that, bro, like again, they're not holding back. The story is definitely incredible, bro. Like it is. Like the storyline and where she is right now is absolutely incredible. But the the writing actually blends in well with the art. It matches the art, and like you've been saying, this Storm like title has been taken off and has been incredible, bro. I'm just hoping that with this they don't do it the disservice once it makes its translation to like the big screen. I'm hoping that they keep with that. You know, we know they won't.
Yep.
We know they won't. It's wishful thinking, bro. I already know.
We know.
It is.
We know what's up.
We know what's up. It's wishful thinking, but you know, I definitely would hope, you know, that they could, you know, just give
Just
those a
to keep
tournament.
it on comic books, though, I hope that when this team is done, that they keep it a strong creative team because
Yeah,
this isn't Spider-Man where people are going to buy it no matter what. People are buying this book because of all the talent.
yeah, yeah. So definitely, man. Lucas Warner is definitely one that you want to look out for because he's incredible. He's an incredible artist. Prop, are you familiar with his work, man?
Dude, I wasn't. I have Storm #1 just because it's Storm. It was #1, so I haven't dove in and read it. But I don't think my cover. It must be variant covers on that because
There's so many variants.
that cover is not. Yeah, that cover is not familiar to me. But but the one you just showed was dope, man. Dude, just looking at the art you just showed, man, and researching before getting on today, man, he's incredible. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's been a couple of young cats that I didn't know or had it in my collection and didn't really know who they are, which is kind of weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just the level of art and just knowing that this is the kind of thing that should be keeping comic books alive, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just this is high level art, dog, that I'm seeing in this guy's work, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I'm hopeful. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that translates. You know what? I haven't looked at the maybe we can talk about that later, man. I haven't looked at like how comic book sales are doing just in general.
Yeah.
I know right. So, but anyways, man, super dope cat, man, and definitely got to hop into that Storm. How far along? Because it dropped last year, right? Was it
It's just
2020?
Around issue what 11, 10?
24?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So this is everything with Storm after, I don't know if you basically seen or read the book where, you know, she was kind of the, you know, Staples and Magneto's return. And this is everything that, again, they've now, you know, it was after the stint of her joining now the Avengers, but now in her own title where she's more godlike and she's facing off against gods at this moment, bro. So
right now she's a herald of whatchamacallit.
What is his name? Is Eternity. She was basically she's thrusted with his power because Eternity is believed to be dead, I think. Is it either him or what is that other character? There's because right now she's against the storm, she's going up against the storm gods. So yeah, bro. It's
I heard Jean Grey taking on like cosmic motherfuckers right now.
Yeah, both of them are, bro. Like both of them, and you know, are going up against because right now Storm is going up against she's going against the in-betweener. You know what I mean? And the simple fact that she's violated the laws of, you know, just not just time, but at life itself because she's sacrificing everything to bring her sister back. You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on even in that book, but these books, the Phoenix books and the Storm books are incredible right now, as well as the Fantastic Four and Ultimate Spider-Man. Like there's been an upswing in a lot of these books, man. Like they actually have, and I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. But yeah, man.
Oh, this care shit. This might be the way that comics can sling themselves back up a little bit. Because of the fact that anime is not gonna be or manga won't be as prevalent, but it's just those stories are so popular over there in manga and anime and it's long form content. These comics they stay books.
Yeah.
These manga, they become anime in a year's time, and people wait for those episodes to drop. It's a twofold entertainment experience over there as opposed to comics. You read the line and it's done, and you might reread it again, but
Yeah.
it's not going to get directly adapted into a show for you to watch and consume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so, man. But again, exciting times, man. I'm extremely excited about what's to come. And hopefully, like I said, man, and for what we know, there'll be an uptick, and hopefully everything going forward to be cool, man. So we just gotta wait and see. Speaking of Storm, uh, you know, another rumor. We always talk about this, man, but this has been circulating heavily on social media right now to the point where they even weighed in with the actress, and of course she's playing coy right now. She's like, "What? I never heard that." Sign me up if it's possible, whatever. But if you're not familiar with this actress, Kirby Howe Baptiste, she actually plays Death from the Sandman. Now, first season of Sandman was fucking incredible, bro.
Ooh, yeah.
Loved it. The second season it's taking me a while, man.
Okay,
I haven't started the second season. Is it?
I couldn't dive in.
The second season it's okay, bro, but it's all over the place right now, man. Like I started out pretty dope, but it's like I don't want to give anything away, but you gotta watch it to really understand.
Bro,
because a lot of it has to do with hell right now, bro.
I can give you the spoiler free because I didn't watch it, man. My sister, she's here every other weekend staying, so she watched it the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So I was just walking by, but I noticed there was actors that were different. There was some stuff going on, man. Like that I just briefly saw that just looked like, dude, I'm gonna have to really, really sit down and dive in.
Yeah.
And, but she loved it though. She watched the whole thing.
It's dope. It's the first season definitely was incredible.
Yeah.
The second season, it just I don't know, man. It's taken me a while to kind of connect like I want to. I gotta keep going back in because I'm missing episodes. I'm falling asleep. Literally, bro. It's a lot to kind of take in.
It's probably gonna get canceled anyway because of Neil Gaiman's bullshit.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman's doing some dumbass shit, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway,
did it end up being true? I mean, did it?
Here's the thing: it don't matter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a very unpopular opinion, but there's some shit that sounds not to say it ain't true, but it sounds damn enough that I don't think they're gonna do a season 3 just to get away from the negativity.
Dude, I don't think they're gonna do it. Yeah.
The negative shit that's surrounding him. Yeah, I definitely agree. Now, again, Kirby's performance as Death is phenomenal. Like she's killed it. And I can understand after watching her in that show that people would throw her name around. But this thing has been getting traction talking about that she's cast, or she's being cast in the MCU film or MCU slate as Storm. But they asked her about it. She played real cool. It was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I haven't been approached by anybody, this, that, and third. But it would make sense that they're throwing names around like it's nothing. That she would be the one to play Storm. And here's the thing. It wouldn't be surprising, though, and how they work if, because of so many names being on the zeitgeist right now, that they would go with someone, they would go towards a lesser unknown. Hell, they did that with Hugh Jackman at first, and they were successful with that. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? At this particular point, whoever they choose as dark skin, I'm cool with it. And as long as they're good, but you know what I mean? It has to be somebody with the acting chops, and they have to be able to pull it off, plain and simple, man. That's what I would actually want to see. Vinny, have you seen the first season of Sandman, bro?
I've seen the first season, yeah.
And do you remember her as Death?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she had like the biggest role or super memorable, but I know that I remember liking her as Death and knowing that she definitely had to be at least really good at bare minimum to deal with the criticism she was going to get for not being a literal white embodiment of death, because in the book she's drawn as albino, like white,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Domino.
yeah.
So I knew that there was going to be that pushback, so she had to be fired before I even started the show. And I was like, all right, cool, she's killing it, she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her, as far as I remember, in anything else. But you know how it goes, and they've thrown every black actress in Hollywood or in theater out there as a potential. And then not only that, it's not just that, it's also anyone who asks a black actress about, Marvel roles or whatever. They'll say, hey, would you want to be Storm if they ask you? And then they're like, oh yeah, of course, that'd be great. And then so and so, I Storm role, like, so it's everybody. That's how it goes, yo. It's so ridiculous. So it's like somebody who they might not even be on their radar, be a reporter or a blogger might ask them, and then they end the conversation when and people just going out there and like the Wicked chick saying that she wants to be Storm now. It's like, oh, so and so Cynthia Erivo or whatever might be Storm. It's like,
The Erivo,
she wants to be. That don't mean that that's what's gonna happen or that they even looking at her. It's just it's just everything is muddied together between actual news and Twitter posts. It's just that's the way it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She seems like she'd kill it. I can't say I know a ton about her other work to say how much range she has on, or has the physicality or whatever. But at this point, there's so much rumor and speculation that I'm trying to play a waiting game on it. Because like you said, like hopefully they're smart enough to not play around and cast a beautiful dark skinned actress who can act and who feels, like she can, pull off being at least moderately physically imposing, because he's not just about lightning. This is somebody who's one of the best fighters
in general, bro.
He's one of the best hand-to-hand fighters in Marvel.
Yes. That's what I'm saying, bro. So again, I'm just hoping that they definitely don't do, the character disservice. But if they were to choose her as Storm, it is what it is. I'd be okay with it, as long as they again stay true to the character, and the importance of the character as well, man. None of that bullshit, like none of that holding back and watering down the character and making her basically a background character like they always fucking do. Hell, I want them, bro, even I want them, give Scott Summers his just due too, bro. Please.
Yeah.
Please don't fuck around with these characters, bro. Like, that's my hesitance about even jumping on board with what they're. Well, of course, we already know what they're doing with Doomsday, but then going forward with the reboot, like, just don't water that shit down, bro. Like, don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want that. I don't want.
Yeah, that. She could be taller, but I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. It's glad to find out the hard way that Storm had hands. You already know, man. Definitely. They said she is 5'4" and 122 pounds. I think half the actresses that they're choosing, aside from Jodie Turner Smith, who is a bit taller, but I think the hard part is age range is going to be, it depends on what they're going for. If they're going for a younger version in the cinematic universe, that's what we have to kind of see if that's just the way it's going to be. Yeah, you don't know at this point. You have no idea. You know what I mean?
Age range is very important. X-Men is a franchise that they're going to want to obviously have all their actors, somebody, to be potentially signed up for a decade-long contract.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's just going to be a Trinity, you need to tie them up for a decade, even for a trilogy.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just hoping that they're smart enough to use these characters well, bro, and not fuck around, because that's the most important thing, is to value the characters for what they are and who they are, man. And I'm just hoping that they do that. So
they fucked her over twice.
Bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching that, man. Halle Berry didn't even say nothing, dog. I feel like she had like 1 or 2 sentences out of all those movies she was in.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see no dialogue, yo.
Yeah. So
Also, please, I hope whoever's writing this shit realizes like she's not Emperor Palpatine. Stop making her shoot lightning out of her fucking hands.
exactly.
That is it.
She
Eyes
controls
turn white.
She controls it. She
Now,
can
now I ain't gonna
manipulate
say
it, bro.
that no one's ever drawn that it's happened, but okay, they're wrong too. She don't shoot lightning out of her fucking hands. She controls the weather. She strikes lightning from the sky where it comes from.
Yeah. She directs the weather, bro. She directs the thunder. She controls the
Yeah,
weather.
like,
It's
like,
more than just lightning,
oh.
too. That's what motherfuckers just still kind of get that confused. It's more than just the lightning that she controls. So
right, everything,
everything, molecule, everything.
cold, and all
Yes.
mean.
Yes.
They just have her shooting lightning bolts all the time. Like that's all she could do.
Crazy. Moving on, man. I want to move on to this too, real quick, before we actually jump into everything else. D23, Destination D23 was over the weekend, and it was the Russos. They didn't show a trailer, but there was a clip of both of them and what is his name? Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. Talking and stuff like that. And from what they were saying is they showed like just splashes of clips where different actors were saying different things, and just letting people know what the direction that they're going in this film, but also to table the discussions and it kind of like, kind of bring voice to like everybody or the rumors and bring calm to the rumors that there was like dysfunction on the set and stuff like that, saying that no, it was, nothing of what's basically been said took place. They're gonna save face, bro. You already know that they're going to save face, but they're saying it was definitely no egos. But one of the biggest things that people were questioning, and because of Doomsday, was whether or not Secret Wars is going to be a part 1, part 2 type of situation, and where they're going to actually go with that. Motherfuckers was expecting like a table, like a chair watch from the 27th. That didn't happen.
All right.
No chair watch. None of that happened. They didn't put out any type of information about actors that were going to be in the film, which I'm glad. I am so glad. And I hope they learn from that first mistake of just putting all your eggs in one basket and doing that at the very beginning. Shut the fuck up. You don't have to announce anybody else. Let us see the film, move forward, and, just kind of take a look at it and enjoy it for what it is. My question is, man, with everything that's going on right now, is the hype? So do you think that we're living in a space where a Doomsday and a Secret War, both films, can exist in a space where it brings Marvel back to prominence, where they can start making those big, $1 billion bids again? You think it's possible? Prop, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah.
Go with you. Go. You can go ahead, Bloomer.
I was gonna say like, I think it's a fallacy to think there's gonna be like one movie will do it.
Yep.
I think it's did one movie put us on the map to begin with? Oh, it was a collection of all of those movies together, and then when we look back halfway through it, we're like, man, we got Civil War. Wow, that was when we got that first Captain America. I can't even tell you how many times I watched the first Captain America. I can't even tell you. It's past my fingers and my toes.
Yeah.
That stuff those things were memorable and they've already been attached to a level of nostalgia. People are still wanting 2016 back. That's the level of nostalgia that's crazy right now. You know what I mean? People got nostalgia for shit that was just 5-7 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's going to take a multitude of nice quality films, and then once we're in the midst of that, while they're setting things up, people can look back and say, "Oh wow, okay, as a body of work, that is great." But we're in such a high scrutinized period for both DC and studios. It's almost like even when they win, people are still waiting for, oh, can't wait for the next week so they could drop their so the ticket sales could drop, and then I can actually finally critique them the way I wanted to because it was blowing praise last week, so I had to shut the fuck up and eat crow. But this week I finally got a way to call out my mom's basement and type some bullshit out on the fucking screen, just to feel good and feel useful on the planet Earth. You know, that's the level of scrutiny that both of these films are under when it comes to their perception here. So that just to put it, too long didn't read. I just think it's going to be a collective of things.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it culminates with these two films moving on into that reboot. It gives us all a way to say, all right, that's over. We move on and we look on to newer things. They have so many things they want to tie in and tie up.
Yeah.
Make it a good story. Tie in those knots as much as you can. Some shit is not going to be able to be tied up because I'm sorry, the motherfucker that concocted was smoking some good shit, smoking some better shit than I got on the good thing.
Yeah.
And they're looking at it as like, no, we're putting that on the cutting floor. You know, it's just that's what's going to happen. It's not going to be this whole, oh man, they fucking did all of these twists, quadruple flips, and like in gymnastics, and they landed on both feet. They gonna stumble a little bit, but I think you're gonna like the presentation of what they give.
What they give us and where we're at. Do you Prop? What's your thoughts on this? I have a different question for Vinny, but what's your thoughts in this space, man?
Bro, dude, this is so hard, man, because I'm excited about what's to come. So my disappointment isn't in Marvel as much as it is in the fans, and I think Boomer kind of hinted towards that a little bit, because they just knocked it out the park. The last 3 movies, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I can find a lot wrong with Captain America.
Yeah.
I had criticism on Fantastic Four, but never did I look at any of those 3 last movies, Thunderbolt being the 3rd one, and was like, this is whack. You know what I'm saying? Or this isn't entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And was clearly able to see the difference between those movies and some of the ones that I can come back and say that, there was this TV show wasn't as good as that, you know, with the Samuel joint. I even forgot the name of that one. You know what I'm saying? And
you're talking about Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. You know what I'm saying? Like it fell. But even Ant-Man, dude, I can tell you everything wrong with Ant-Man. There was some real bad stuff. Ant-Man character himself, Paul Rudd, was as entertaining to me as he was in the other 2 movies. You know what I'm saying? He was as fun. So some of the entertainment I got from the other movies was even that, which I think most people would consider the worst that they did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in terms of consistency, I feel like, damn, there's been 3 movies where they should have been at least be able to say, boom, we back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Hey, I'm so grateful for that 3rd Ant-Man film, Liz, because it gave us that Hot Toys King, and that shit is peak.
Dog, yo, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I can pull the positive, but I can understand the negative. And the reason why I say negative, let's go back to Thor. Was it Dark World? Like,
Thor love. But no, but you know what? I give Dark World some grace.
Yeah.
Dark World some grace over the bullshit. Yeah.
Dark World, but I mean, I'm just going back to a time when even we felt like Marvel was winning. There were still missteps that weren't that bad. Like it didn't stop the train. You know what I'm saying? And and some of that is the fan base, bro. But I'm still excited. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm glad they're not putting out as much information. On the flip side of that same statement, they probably not giving out a lot of information because they did it during the last announcement. They told us everything. You know what I'm saying? They just missing a couple of characters. They probably, the ink ain't dry on yet. But
they told us way too much shit. Put it that way.
Right.
And a lot of people didn't like the chair watch, bro. They didn't like the simple fact that they had you sitting there for like 4 or 5 hours out of your day,
Yeah,
hours
but you know
watching
what?
this shit. Yeah, go ahead.
But it was so weird because all of us on here was excited. I didn't see it live. I had to go back and watch clips, and
Yeah.
it was still exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like I get
The
people
excitement
not
was there. You
liking it.
still had people
Yeah,
that were
you know what I mean?
watching it.
It feels like we haven't had that level of excitement in years. In
Yeah.
years.
That's what I was about to
I
say.
feel like
I
the last thing that and most recently that we got excited for a prop was I feel like Deadpool and Wolverine felt like massive.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
yes,
then
yes,
we can.
yes.
I don't. I'm going to let Fantastic Four and the Superman sizzle. I'm just putting them on the back burner. I know people out there like, why are you not?
Right,
I know they
right,
exist. I'm just talking about the things that we've kind of like passed and it's sizzled
right.
and it's in the pop culture and it's in the zeitgeist and it's got its place. Like those things are still forming themselves
Right,
in the zeitgeist.
right. Because we're having, the key thing, and you got to add Guardians 3 in there too. These are movies,
Mhm.
these are billion-dollar movies, and we're still having conversations about comic book movie fatigue. And you forget that you got these movies that made well over $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? During this time period. So it still exists, man. But yeah, dog, I'm excited. I done told y'all what I'm I get it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Because there's days I wake up and it's like, yo, some of this doomsday stuff is BS to me, man. They haven't sold it to me completely, but I'm
I
excited.
don't think they've sold it that much in general to a lot of people, bro. Because there's a
Yeah,
lot of disappointment that could happen. You know what I mean? Like there's a
yeah, yeah,
lot
yeah.
to be disappointed in. DC right now is like, yo, we ain't got nothing to lose.
Ain't got nothing to lose,
Honestly,
bro.
we got nothing to lose because we're in a position right now where we're rebuilding. We have to rebuild. So we ain't got the y'all can, you know what I mean? Go over there, let us just do what the fuck we doing. So that's the space that they're in. Marvel right now, who's been held in such a high esteem right now. And I guess I don't know, bro. Like
You know what? And I think you hit that, and I guess that's the problem, right? It is so high and so prestige, and it's been that way for so long that man, it sucks. I'm gonna put it in a nutshell for me. The only thing that really, really, really sucks is that I feel like I'm seeing desperate. I don't even know if that's true, but I'm
it
seeing
feels like you're seeing desperation.
desperateness. And I hate, and I can't shake it. Like sometimes I try to look at it positive, but it's just like, damn, that move right there doesn't. Because even Vinny, dude, I don't care about spoilers. I usually don't care about spoilers. I should put it that way. I read all the entertainment magazines, the news, the variety, whatever. But some of the announcement in this case, it was like, dude, I would have loved to have seen this character on the screen. Some of this stuff I'd rather not have heard about. You know what I'm saying? I really just wanted to experience it.
I'll go pessimistic mode for just a moment. I usually don't put this role on the screen. Um, but that moment, and I don't put the camera on. I do that. That moment when Blade walked out,
Yeah,
y'all felt that, right?
that's it.
Vinny, you felt
That's
that.
that's what did
Leo,
it,
you
bro.
felt that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the reason why is because you didn't know the nigga was gonna go. You didn't know he was gonna do
We
it.
heard it, but we had no idea it was gonna happen.
It wasn't confirmed. No, nobody that week going into Deadpool Wolverine. Nobody, and
Nope.
I mean nobody, was screaming, "It's gonna be in this film."
Yeah, dog. And that was
I was in the thick of
amazing.
so much discourse around that shit, and so many opportunities and conversation. Not a single time was
That's true.
like, man,
That's
man,
true.
Blue.
Because
No,
Gambit was hinted.
we
Gambit
was
was
hearing
kind of hinted
about
at. I wouldn't. That
Elektra
was a
and
shoot.
them being
Yeah.
confirmed, right? We were like, okay, Daredevil. We were making inferences off of that, but nobody was screaming for Blade, as far as my recollection goes.
Nobody
Just
was,
looking
bro.
out.
That's a fact.
So I get it. I get that view of it.
Yeah.
But for me, with the chair thing, that drummed up some well needed like excitement to for some of these characters, in my opinion, to bring to this film because they're not talking about the plot of the film yet. They're not the actors is all they have to sell at the moment until
Yeah.
we get a trailer and all of that stuff. All some stuff get
Yeah.
filmed.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's their play right now, and so that may appear, especially in combination with Robert Downey Jr. Like I
Yeah.
said in
Yeah.
previous episodes, I think that this is formed around them having an opportunity to um, bring some cultural cachet to something they feel as though they're part of and that
Yeah.
and that they did contributed very heavily to make this property stand up on its own 2 feet
Yeah.
outside of Robert Downey Jr. being on screen. They did a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
The Russos and Robert Downey Jr. did a lot to make sure that
Right.
happened.
Right.
Um, so I think that this whole Doomsday and him coming back as Doom, Robert Downey Jr. that is coming back as Doom, is framed around that. And now it's really going to be up to them as actors, artists, writers, directors, producers, to make this an effort that is worthwhile not only for them but for the fans, especially the more casual fans that seem to be quite jaded at this point. And not only just with films like those, but other films other IPs that are super light, power light. And Vinny has talked to his face is blue about the fact that the fatigue isn't fair. It is the fatigue of bad writing. It's the fatigue
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
bad quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is in this day and age, it seems as though conflation of personal opinion is at an all-time high
Yeah.
because of the level of discernment is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
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 Because people are not able to access or unwilling to access these ports of knowledge to make them more media illiterate, it allows them to improperly conflate their opinions onto reality, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
To
Yeah.
where they're how they see reality, they think that is the opinion, right? I talk to a lot of people about different video games. I talk about Baldur's Gate 3. I talk to people who play nothing but Call of Duty and Madden junk food fucking games, right?
Mm.
And I say, man, Baldur's Gate is the fucking one of the greatest games to ever be made. And then something come out their mouth saying nobody playing that shit. Game of the year. Look at these numbers. Check the numbers. It is because just because you don't play that game does not mean that everybody else doesn't. And just
Yeah.
because
Right.
you don't value what someone else is doing doesn't mean the next person, the next man or woman or person will. And so that's what I see that we are experiencing a lot of. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm very interested to see how this continues to come about. Like I said from the beginning, I'm very excited. Unlike the years prior, there is a level of momentum. There's a level of understanding that is exuding from the projects, a level of navigation that we just didn't have the years before, and that's what I'm going to stick to keep my excitement going as details from this film continue to come out.
Mm.
Word. Word. Vinny, I want to ask you a question, man. Like, do you think uh first off, man, glad to hear that, once the reboot happens, you're gonna, pick up the title and the you know, pocket
Wherever they need me, you know.
whatever needed. um, do you think are we living in a space where at the moment, and this is outside of fatigue or the whole conversation of fatigue, which doesn't exist in my space. Um, do you think that they can afford to make any more mistakes? That's my question.
Uh, I mean, I feel like that's a tricky question because I mean they have enough money to put out flops for
Yeah,
a decade if they want to. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
They're making enough money from quote unquote. I mean, look at the Sony solo films. You could put out flop after flop if you feel like that's your you know directive. That's what you're gonna do, no matter hit or miss. But I feel like we're just in a very interesting pocket now. Like Wiz pointed out how the quality of the films the past year, especially with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four,
Mm.
is a very good sign of the upkick,
yeah,
and the fact that those movies didn't do extremely well financially is, I think, is just a bystander of just the way things have been going for Marvel, where they've just kind of lost some of that good faith, and
yeah,
you don't have that. You just don't have that guarantee, like, oh, people are gonna go no matter what. Now people have to, like, they have to be sold. So I think as these movies start hitting digital and people get around seeing Thunderbolts and then go, oh shit, this was actually good. I should have seen this in the theater. And then maybe same thing happens when Fantastic Four hits digital. Oh shit, like I thought everybody was saying this was I should have went. You get enough of
right,
those in a row, and then the next movie comes out, you get that FOMO back. You get that fear of missing out back. You get that everybody's talking about it. You don't want to be the only one who didn't see it in the theater. You want to be able to comment on those Twitter posts and Instagram posts and
yeah,
Facebook posts, talk and be in a conversation, and don't want to feel left out, because that's what they counted on for a decade of. It was a pop culture thing, not just a comic book head thing. So everybody was talking about it, and people's wives and people's moms and the people who never would, read a comic book was going to the theater because they couldn't wait to see the new Iron Man movie. Like it
right,
transcended, right? And I think we
yeah,
got to where you they put out a lot of nets to catch as many fish as possible, and a lot of those nets were in parts of the pond. They knew they weren't going to get a lot of fish, but why not try to grab whatever fish we can? And because it's all, all those different areas that we were shooting for, they'll all culminate. And we want to try to get as many different demographics as possible. And I think that maybe what happened is people were like, if they're not all for me, it ain't for me. And I think
yeah,
it lost some
Right.
people along the way with that kind of mindset. And
Oh
that's
no. Oh
and I
my
think
bad.
that's kind of frustrating. But at the same time, I think that if you get to a point where you have banger after banger, where when they put out those niche films that maybe aren't necessarily Iron Man, but it's like
Mhm.
Guardians, where it is niche but it's dope,
yeah,
then you get back to that winning. Because I don't think the problem was, oh, they put out a movie with for this people or these people, and it, nobody wants to see that. It was that those films weren't good. It's
yeah,
like when you make an Asian film to get the Asian demographic and get China to come on the board, and Shang-Chi's not good. That's like, oh, see, they pandering. But when it's dope, Shang-Chi's just a good movie. Nobody thinks Shang-Chi
Right.
was
I
a
forgot
pandering
Shang-Chi.
movie.
Right.
Nobody,
Right.
nobody shits on Shang-Chi for pandering to Asian people because it was dope. But if you put out a movie like, and it's not to shit on Marvel's, but like Marvel's was kind of not well received. And if you put out a movie that isn't
Right.
well received, then people just say, oh, they're pandering to girls. So like,
yeah,
if you put out a dope movie, then you kind of, there's nothing you could say. I think that this is where
Mm.
we start to get back in the trend of grab.
Negative voices get drowned out, then they get drowned out when the shit is good
That's
but
exactly it.
flawed.
But the thing is, it takes more than a film to fucking say, hey, we put out 30, 40 films since we started, and we put out, 10 where four were good, six were bad, five were good, five were bad, whatever. And then it only takes but spending $100 for your family to go to the theater more than a couple times before they're like, nah, I'll see it at home. You can't, you know what I mean? Because we talked about Thor: Dark World. That was one film out of that whole phase where it was like kind of
Right.
universally panned, right? And then it
Right.
was banger,
Right.
banger, banger, and then maybe Iron Man
Yeah.
2 to some people,
I
banger, banger,
I
banger.
don't think Vinny. You know the thing is, another thing that you were mentioning earlier when we were talking about Fantastic Four sales. I also think that the industry, they're not going to do this because they're greedy, but the fact that you had a Superman film and then a Fantastic Four film, I'm not even sure if there was a pay cycle in between those two films in terms of just like 15th and the 30th. I'm not sure. It might be,
Yeah, it was about two
but
weeks in between, so it was really really interesting choice to put those out so close to each other. But of course, nobody, it's egos involved. Nobody wants to blink first. Nobody wanted to move up or move back and say,
yeah,
I'm staying. But all right,
that
this
is, I think my
really,
point to it
the
was
problem is
I
if
think
you
it
moved up.
affected families.
The problem is if you moved up, you had to fight Jurassic Park instead. If you moved back, kids were back to school, so it
Yeah.
was tough to really move
Yeah,
around the problem.
yeah,
So I feel like Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts, especially the last two films, are films that will gain traction after the fact and probably kind of stir that momentum back
100.
up. And then if Doomsday is a banger, which I really truly hope that all my reservations about it are go away, and then you can follow. And then you follow that up with Secret War, and then
Oh
like
yeah.
yeah, now you start getting to where you can start counting on $1 billion again. But what has to happen though is the Feige and Disney have to be patient and have to realize that they lost some of the good faith that they built,
Right.
and
Yeah.
get that
Yeah.
out with gimmicks and fucking desperate fucking spoilers like and fan service. That instead of using the multiverse to tell interesting stories, it's like who's going to appear in this? Well, who's going to be the cameo?
Yeah.
Like Deadpool
Yeah.
Wolverine had the most stupid fucking shit story, dumbass fucking writing story, and like out of recent history of comic book films. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I know plenty of people like it, but you like it because the action was great. There was
It was
comedy,
entertaining. It was
violence,
entertaining.
there was
Yeah.
cameos. But if you stop for 5 seconds and think about the story in that film, is ridiculous. And I
Yeah.
think that when they're putting these films together now, uh, I don't give a shit about the chairs and the cameo announcements. Like, yes, seeing the Illuminati and Doctor Strange 2 was dope, but I don't need that to be what sells me on the film.
Yeah.
Doomsday and Secret Wars are very, very, very important stories that have a ton of build up, and that build up is a culmination of so many different intertwining stories,
Yeah.
and you don't kind of like get around that by just like throwing a bunch of shit in it. And I don't want that
Right.
to be how it happens. Like Civil War was, where they threw a lot of people in that too, but they made sure that those stories made sense in the film, and I want the Russos to hopefully realize that like you have to navigate a, all these characters into a great story that makes sense. That was easy to do with Infinity War and Endgame because you had so much backstory to pull from than to just put it out on screen. And now what you're pulling from is you're pulling from like kind of thin air because you haven't set up Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom really
That's
at
it.
all yet. And
That's it.
that's where this is all going. And now we have to try to figure out how to like kind of pivot from that to worry about this bullshit of everybody looking at Tony Stark and saying, "Oh, that that's is that Tony?" And then now it's about Spider-Man, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And then now you have the old Fox crew where you have to force in there, and all these old
Yeah.
comic
Yep.
book characters. Like there's so much that they have to try to do that's not the point of the stories that they're naming the films after, which is really frustrating. So I hope that they have a plan. I hope that they figure it out. But the moves that they're making, like Prop said, like we've been saying, it feels so desperate. It feels like please love us.
Yeah.
Here's all like look at all these toys we got. Like we don't know what to do with them,
Yeah.
but we got all this cool stuff. And I just wish that they take all this energy that they have to try to get us back and put it into good storytelling too. Otherwise, you're gonna sit in that theater and be like, "Oh, cool, 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 cool." But I go back and watch Infinity War way more than I go back and watch Endgame, because Endgame was like, after you see it, it's like hearing the joke twice. You already heard the joke.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it was just cool. Like, oh, they're there, cool. And then, but after you get over that, then it's like, yeah, you already seen it. But the story in Infinity War and acting, all that
It's
shit,
a
all
lot
that
better.
was magical.
Yep.
That's why that's so film so
Yep.
great to me. Whereas Endgame was like cameo, 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 cool, cool, cool. But the story just didn't have that same weight. And I feel like that's something that they really have to be careful of, because if you just make this a big ensemble like party for comic book fans and party for comic book, excuse me, party for comic book movie fans, then you're only going to have a, a minimal back end reward for that. And if you want to make $1 billion, you need people to want to go multiple times. You want to
Right.
make people ready, can't wait to go see the next film. That comes from quality, not from a cool little cheap fix. And I think that that's really an important element that I don't know if they are quite aware of, because them putting so much emphasis on who's going to be in this versus
Yeah.
the story is I don't know. I feel like it's rocky. It's rocky. I want to be. It sounds pessimistic, like, oh fuck this, but it's really not. It's just I am. They're showing us a lot of red flags. That's it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Hey, you know what I want to say? The Deadpool and Wolverine too, because I don't want to make it sound like I'm dissing it. Deadpool can do what it did with his story. All three movies were like that. It was the same story. It's personal. It's a family story. The third one was no different. And there's comic books, dude. I just reread the comic book when he battled all these scrolls. It was incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like Deadpool, you can do that with that character, bro. Avengers, man, has never been that, man. I'm hoping they're not taking their cues from what's popular. You know what I'm saying? Like in my mind, you're not doing suit moves.
That's
Hopefully.
exactly what they're doing.
Right? Because
You know what I mean?
like, they was watching how people reacted and all the viral videos of audiences marking out when they seen Tobey Maguire show up and Andrew Garfield show up, and like, oh, that's what they want. That's not the point. You're missing the point. Like, that was super important to that story. Like, that movie was fire all the way through. It's not like it was a crap movie that had those cameos and that's why it was dope. If that movie wasn't as good and you had those cameos, like, you didn't learn why that worked. You didn't learn why that worked. You can't cheat.
Yeah, and they gave stories. They completed Spider-Man. Those it was so. They finished those stories, dog. They did even their story, Andrew's and Toby's stories, justice, even within, but still to service that main story, bro. So it was, but a suit to be like, and my favorite example was Logan is dope. I think Logan is super dope.
Oh yeah, Logan's incredible, bro.
It's incredible, but I hate it. I don't care how it turned out. It turned out dope, but I hate it when I heard the suits be like, well, Deadpool was rated R, so we can make Logan. Logan could be successful because, you know what I mean? It's like they took that one little element, the fact that it was rated R, and that's what the suits took from Deadpool and added to Logan. You know what I'm saying? That Logan turned out dope. But I remember my fear was just like, yo, Logan wasn't dope because it was rated R. It was dope because the story was dope, bro.
Because it was a dope story.
Many of the Wolverine movies before were trash, and not trash because it was PG-13.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? The rated R added to it. I ain't saying it wasn't nothing, but story. So, go ahead. No, that's the last thing I was to say, man. Basically, the same thing Vinny was saying. I don't think people realize how big of a character Dr. Doom is. Like, my dad does not read comic books. These are things. My dad grew up on Fantastic Four. My mom knows who Dr. Doom is. Like, people that don't read comic books know that he's in imagery that's been out for years and years and years, yo. So I feel like we didn't have to fill this movie up with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Where's the building of just this one dope character?
That's the thing. Like, to get to where we need to go to in Secret Wars, it's a culmination of so many different stories. But I don't care how many of those stories are set up in Doomsday. If you don't set up Doom for Secret War in
Yes.
Doomsday, in his relationship with Reed in Doomsday for Secret War. No, I don't give a shit about none of that other shit. If you don't get that shit right, we're fucked. Like, Doom is such an important, deep, integral character. I need them to spend as much time as possible focusing on him. Like, even Infinity War, like, they took so much of that movie and focused on Thanos and his story. And I don't want this to be just like like I said, like a party for fan service, and then just kind of miss the point. And then by the time we get to Secret War, it's like, oh yeah, all right, cool. Like, I guess they hate each other. I don't know. It's like, nah, they've been. That's a Secret War story it's a culmination of 60 years of storytelling, and we got to do it in 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. It here's the thing, the biggest, and we talk about this, bro. Like, we lived in a space where they were so confident in the numbers before that they weren't. They were confident in the story that they were telling, and they knew that the stories would make the numbers. But now, because of lackluster performances and shit that they were putting out, that the writing was bad. Now they're focused on the money, thinking that's going to change. Like, that for some reason, like, it's like, well, we have to give the fans exactly what we think they want based on the numbers, based on fan responses. You know what I mean? Again, it was, Deadpool and Wolverine was just nothing but member berry, and bringing these characters in to fulfill that space for nostalgia that us as viewers were looking for. Honestly, almost the same thing, even though the story was dope with, uh No Way Home. It was still the nostalgia that people were anticipating and looking for that made that film what it was.
Right.
When you talk about Endgame versus Infinity War, the reason why that was a doper film is because it was the unexpected. You didn't know what the fuck was going to happen in the end. We guessed that it could happen. We were afraid if it didn't happen. You just didn't want Thanos to lose, but no, he won. And that's just the way it was. You know what I mean? And that's what made for a better story. And it was the story that made the numbers. We're living in a space where their confidence level dropped after Endgame. After Endgame was done, no, you know what? I'm not even going to say it dropped. I just think that they were overzealous, and in their own hubris, they thought that fans will ride with them regardless of what they put out. If it's bullshit, you're still going to ride with us because it has the Marvel tail or the Marvel label on it. You're going to ride with me regardless. And that just didn't fly because people caught on. They were like, come on, man, nah. Don't do this. And I'm sorry. And I keep harping on this. Motherfuckers don't believe it. But it was not just the bad writing, but it was timing. It was what was going on in during the pandemic. And the simple fact that, again, you weren't paying these motherfuckers to write a dope ass story, number one, and they were just putting anything out, and you were approving that shit.
Yeah.
It was the quality. It wasn't the oversaturation. It was the quality that we were getting in that space that was fucked up. Like, literally was terrible. Secret Invasions was fucking terrible. I don't care what nobody says. The shit was bad, bro. It was. WandaVision was dope as fuck. I rode with that. Yeah. I loved, and there was some people out there that didn't like Captain or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I loved it for what it was and what they gave us.
Hey, Leo, can I tell you what though? Even with that, I loved it as well. It had 1 or 2 episodes too many. They could have tightened it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just want to put that out there. It was dope, but it was like an episode where it was like, you know what I mean? And maybe all the shows except for WandaVision. There was a couple of shows that this would have been perfect if you didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that thing was. But
it just, again, bro, like I said, right now, I just live in a space where I believe they cannot afford to fuck up. They can't. They can't afford to fuck shit up anymore. They can't afford to be lazy. They can't afford to think that just because you have a familiar face, it's going to pull in the numbers. Because that's not always the fucking case, bro. It's not. You can basically say, look, all right, you know what? We're going to bring everybody back. There's not going to be a complete reboot. We're going to bring all the old actors back. Will you love us then? I don't give a fuck who you bring back at this particular point. If the story doesn't make sense, I'm not going to care. It's not going to mean anything to me at that point. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give a fuck. So I think that's what they have to kind of realize, man. You can't afford. There's no space for error at this particular point. There's no space for arrogance and between actors and egos. You got to put your ego aside and make a good ass film, because you got to remember that your name is on this shit. You're part of this shit, whether it's writers or whatever. And here's the thing: don't think that the Russo brothers is going to save everything, because when they stepped away from this shit, they had a lackluster, streak of films that were out there that were bullshit, that weren't really good. You know what I mean? So they're coming back. Who knows if it's going to be received well, or who knows if we're going to look at these films and see the same fucking formula. Right now, we don't want you to be a one-trick pony. Give us something different.
Yeah.
Give us something different from Infinity War and Secret Wars. Because the same formula, if you follow it, means that we're going to get Doomsday where everybody loses, and then we're going to get Secret Wars where everybody wins, and that's just the way it's going to be with a few casualties. That's the same formula. I don't want to see that. I don't. Especially when you're dealing with somebody like Doom. Because here's the thing, and I'm telling you, bro, we shouldn't be meeting a film like Doomsday with a level of skepticism, because this is Doom. The expectation is that you have Doom. You have a formidable villain. You have somebody out there with a name that everybody's been anticipating. Now, yes, you had a couple of duds where this fucking, the character was portrayed in the Fantastic Four. It didn't live up to expectations. Now you have a chance to right that fucking ship. And we shouldn't be living in the space. And when it comes to Marvel, we should not be living in a space where there's that level of skepticism. But unfortunately, this is where we are right now, bro.
And one of the reasons why those films didn't live up to expectations is because they had him with the mask off half the damn time. And then what they do, they hired the biggest star in the fucking world who's never going to care, to hide his face. His very first appearance, he's already got the fucking mask off.
Yeah.
They wasted no time telling you what it is. It's like, don't get twisted. If you think he's gonna be masked up this whole film, think again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense, man. We'll see. We'll definitely see where this is at, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how this is gonna go. But moving on, we want to talk about this, man. I want to kind of move in this space because, again, we did have, and it's there. We did watch it. I know I did. Peacemaker season 2, episode 2. Honestly, bro, this episode was funny as shit, bro. I never thought hearing titties so many times would have made me laughing my ass off, bro. But and Eagerly got busy in this fucking film.
Oh,
and I was okay with that in this show. But did it live up to? Here's the thing, bro, and I'll start with you, Prob. You seen this episode, right? Episode
I did.
2. What were your thoughts watching it? How did you feel about it?
Dude, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm the one on the panel. I enjoy James Gunn stuff for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So some of the silliness. This is the show where I enjoy it the most too. You know what I mean? Like, this is where he can kind of play in this playground. With that being said, there's some heavy stuff that I'm anticipating, and it feels like they're still laying the groundwork for it.
Yeah.
So I think you said it was funny as hell. I kind of took it as that episode where I'm really, really, really looking forward to some of the things that they teased in the first episode, which is the family dynamics, the brother. I'm looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying? But I thought the episode was consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's still building, still cooking.
Still getting to where it needs to be. I thought, again, my favorite character in the show, the entire show in general, bro, is the Vigilante.
Vigilante's, yes.
Bro, I can watch him all day, bro. He's fucking funny as hell, bro. Like, I just love that character, bro.
And consistent, too. Like, I keep thinking, like, there's no, like, he's who he is.
He's just who he is, bro. And that's the part that's fucking funny to me. It's just the I'm not gonna say he's naive, but it's like
Mm.
he just doesn't read the room as well. Yeah, I mean, but that's the funny part. With hardcore, I mean, of course, that story is telling its own, in that particular space where she's just still dealing with a lot of issues, and I think it's like it's PTSD, but also separation anxiety from what it is that she knows. You know what I mean? And the simple fact that she, doesn't feel herself unless she's in that space. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
what's my boy's name? I could tell old boy's acting is a little bit, not to say it was ever bad, but John Cena's acting is a little bit better. I don't know if he's given more stuff to do or like I'm feeling his arc. Like he feels like a better person so far, and I'm believing it.
Yeah.
Even though he still has orgies in the background and whatnot, but
yeah.
So I do want to
yeah. Benny, you saw this episode, man. What were your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I think like Prop said, Cena has been given like some breathing room to show off some acting chops. Like there's more emotional beats maybe this season than there was last year, and he's I think he's had. I haven't really seen all of his movies, but I've seen clips of a bunch of stuff, and I've watched him in the ring in WWE and stuff like. So a lot of the wrestlers turned actors, like that's what they do over there. Is just a different gear for film, and the man can tell the story and act. So he's been doing a great job with his role this season. I mean. And I liked the episode. It was it progressed the story well. It was fun. Had some good violence moments, good jokes. My man is hilarious. What's his name again?
Like
from Ladies Man. Was that?
Yeah, man. Yo, that's hilarious. He had. Man, that bird blinders bit. Oh my god, that shit is fucking hilarious. My only gripe with the whole episode is you set up all that whole monologue with the bird blinders, and then when Eagly attacked you, he said that he was attacked by a duck, and you already said duck. I wanted him to say a different bird.
A different bird,
time.
Bro. Yeah.
I was waiting for him to say, yo, that ostrich attacked people. Like, because you already said I can't tell the difference between an eagle and a duck. Like, so,
bro.
Man, but from the big dude on it, Ginger Cool, he said a lot of the shit was improvised. They were just riffing back and forth. When he said about having when you were learning Pokemon, I was getting hit. Like he said, he's like, well, what is their names? And then he tells them the names and what they look like. All that was improvised. They were just bullshit, and Gunn just just kept all that shit. So obviously, SNL vet, like that's a comic legend. He knows what he's doing. That's a
comic legend, bro. When he kept Encino Man and titties, bro, that shit.
They were obviously like Gunn knew who was there, and he just let him rock. So loved it, and I mean it was a good episode. It was like you said, Eagly got busy. That was fun. Vigilante is like ramping up to coming back to form, and I like the pocket universe like concept. Like it's only 100 rooms, it's not infinite. I like that how he's explained it. Like to him, he just grew up with it. Like it's normal. I like how I don't know. It's again like I have my issues with Gunn, but like it works here.
This is where it belongs.
It's like I don't know, like when I'm critical of him, it's because when he does his shit in places I don't think it fits. But when it fits, like that's his lane, and like he does a phenomenal job with that type of mashup of adult violence and humor and dark comedy. That's his lane, and this is is what he does very well.
And he does do emotions, right? It's not just funny. I like Leota. Is it Leota? What's the black chick? Dude, she makes this show
it, bro.
super killing it, bro. Yeah, she's the one that makes this show like
I think
grounded or
she's
whatever.
definitely the heart of the show.
I
She's
love her
definitely the heart.
character. I love
Yeah.
her character, bro. I love the story with that character and how she plays it because she is literally the glue between all of them to try to
Yeah.
keep them together. That's the role that she basically plays, you know, in it. And, you know, the struggle, whereas, you know, now it's crazy. Like, you know, think of it, a pocket universe where the version of a character that you're fond of treats you like shit, but you can see that same person in a world that's going to give you love. Like, bro, like how many dreams have you had? Like when they say that, the crazy part is they always say like the dreams, sometimes your dreams are a look at a different universe, like it's you or a different version of you from a different time or a different universe that you're actually connecting with in your dreams. And then for him to actually have that pocket universe where, you know, he can see that version of hardcore who actually loves him. You know what I mean? And is fond of him. Like, but you're treading dangerous water because the person she's in love with, you've killed. You know what I mean? And cut up. You know what I mean? So, like, that's the crazy part is when they find out who you really are and where you come from, that's what we have to look forward to.
Yo, and ain't this that's like old school TV show stuff. Like when something like that happens, you know it's gonna bite them in the ass. So you watching the show like, man, when are they gonna find out? How they gonna find out?
Yeah,
you know, you have to deal with that. So
and now that you know, and now that you know basically that Rick Flag Sr. knows that it's him who's murdered his son. You know what I mean? And now he's the way he's trying to do it right now is he's not just rushing in, fucking him up. He's being strategic and placing puzzles and placing people in spaces.
He wants to get him by the book.
Yeah, he wants to get him by the book, but you can tell like he is furious about the whole situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's fuck. Bro, there was so many times I thought Eagle was gonna get shot and fucked up. Like I thought that shit was going, I mean, it was gonna happen. But you know, it was just crazy. It was crazy the way they basically did it. But I enjoyed the episode. I definitely enjoyed the episode for what it was. And that party scene, you know, them coming together, having that moment. A part of me was thinking is like, this moment is not going to last long.
Yeah.
Like there's something
that's weird because they all were coming from shit where they should have been depressed and they didn't transition. They all showed up happy. I was like, hold up. Why are you happy already? I thought they would have been like just moping and then got drunk and then happy. They all showed up like it was just a regular Friday night and they all had great vibes. It was weird.
It's not. That's what just gives me the feeling like this shit ain't gonna last long. Like it's just not something that's gonna last long. It's just a temporary thing until it evolves into something completely different. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is gonna be tough. This is definitely gonna be tough. Like, you know, this next episode, I'm wondering what the fuck is gonna happen, bro. Because you know what I mean? Last week, you know, he got the call, he got that text, you know, from that version, you know what I mean, of him. So yeah, bro, like is that, you know, you can like yeah, bro, that's like an uncontrollable urge and temptation because you know that the love that you don't get you can receive on this other side. You're actually looked at as the hero that this particular version of you know, this world doesn't think you are. You know what I mean? So it's fucking crazy. Like I'm interested to see where this story is going to go. You know what I mean? Like you said, Vinny, it works in a space where when Gunn is doing this shit, it works because it makes perfectly good sense for him to do it in this space. So I definitely want to see where it goes from here. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed this episode more than I did the first. I tell you that right. Yeah, it was just way too many, bro.
Yeah, like, this one was more entertaining. Yeah,
Vinny, have you heard of Supreme Clientele too?
Yes,
bro.
Every hip hop fan have heard Supreme Clientele too.
Bro,
what's wrong? What did you do?
The Paul skit, bro. The Paul skit is funny as fuck, bro. Like it is. It's definitely funny, bro. But it's like, why Why you always trying to get me with the pause, man?
He's saying that Paul shall blow your brains out. Oh, pause.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. But nah, definitely, man. I can't wait to see, you know, where this
3.
actually goes. Next week.
Yeah.
Do
Dude,
wanna
the only
kinda-
thing that's making this
Yeah.
feel bad is not isn't making it feel bad is that freaking alien Earth is phenomenal, son. I just want to put that out there.
Bro.
It's so good.
It's right. It's like that's the show that, dude, I'm waiting for every week, man. That joint is it's nice.
Yeah,
It's nice.
bro. Tomorrow, like I said, is going to be that discussion that we're going to actually have about because this episode is going to be dope as fuck, like literally, because now we're going to get a chance to see what actually happened, you know, there. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see, you know, what's going to go down. Do want to kind of, you know, again, I know we haven't, you know, just for the sake of time, you know, Vinny, and I know we didn't get a chance to kind of dive, or we can't. There's certain ones we can dive into, certain ones we got to kind of stay away from just for the sake of, because I know a lot of people haven't really read them yet. But bro, I'm absolutely loving Imperial, bro.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
You caught up, bro?
I've read the first 3, unless 4 dropped.
Nah, this is the first. It's the only 3. It's only 3
Yep.
right now,
I'm
bro.
caught up.
But Imperial is fucking phenomenal, bro. Like I'm loving it. I'm loving it, and it's Hickman, bro. It's Hickman.
Yeah.
It's Hickman. So you got to read it, bro. Like, you know, again, Hulk going back to his home world, discovering that, you know, there's this. It's like a huge setup. It's like everything is a setup now, and all eyes are pointed towards Wakanda, as Wakanda is being used, you know, as it's all a chess piece. It's a chessboard, and things that are basically being played right now, bro. I love it. I'm loving it so far.
Yo, what happened in 3? I think I read 3.
3, well, with 3,
I read
now
3.
you find out that, you know, you find out who has been behind this in the entire time, like how it's been set up. Now they've basically bought like a counterfeit version of vibranium, and on top of that, you find out that, you know, both now it's sort of like they're bringing back the Inhumans, like they're trying to basically insert the humans back into the fray. We got, you know, Nova back as well. So, you know, again, we got a chance to basically see his reemergence, you know, in this particular story, man, is super dope.
Is that where Shuri was Shuri in this?
Yeah, she was in this because she was captured. She was.
I saw. Okay, so I read this, but I got to go back. I didn't read 1.
Yeah,
I didn't read 1 or 2. One of them I hadn't.
Bro, you got to read both of them. 1, 2, and this is fucking incredible, bro. I'm loving. Again, and they're doing it without too much exposition, bro. Like it's like Hickman's toning that shit down with this story.
Yeah,
we don't need the inserts. We definitely don't need.
Yep.
You know, the inserts.
People were kind of saying like, "Oh, why they start this when we're under Doom is still going?" I'm like, this is so separate from that. It doesn't feel like it has anything like I feel like it works around it very nicely. Like they're in space and shit. Like they're on other planets and shit. Like it's fine, and they're dealing with people who are usually in the cosmic or outer space kind of, you know, roles anyways. But the art's phenomenal. The stories are. I love the story because it's focusing on a lot of characters that are untapped.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of untapped potential. Like there's not a lot of great Nova stories, or and currently there's much more that they could do with some of these like Shi'ar, like Nova, like cosmic type stories, and bring them and tie them in to.
Bro, they've been trying so hard with Nova, man. They were trying to bring him over. Spider-Man. You guys like him now? Like they were trying with that character, bro.
Yeah.
I think that they really want Nova to be a thing. It's super. The character design is dope. I think they want him to be one of the Marvel characters that are, you know, in the lexicon of household names and they're doing everything they can to make that happen. But I love that it's such a wide spanning story, even though I think it's only 4 issues total. It's a overarching story that touches a lot of different characters and is deep, but it's also like I said, it involves a lot of characters that you don't get to see in as much as you'd like to. So I dig it.
Yeah, definitely digging, where the story goes. The crazy part is I'm really, it's crazy how it has taken so long to bring Nova back. You know what I mean? It's taken so long to get this character back. It's done in such a way that, again, like you're using, both Wakanda, Peter Quill now, who's now taking up his father's wealth since he passed, to say, fuck it. Here's the money. Let us know what we got you. We'll take care of you. And we find out that we know where everything is happening now. It's just like it's taking so long, but we got him back. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see where this story goes, man. I can't wait to see how it ends. But yeah, man, if you're not reading it right now, pick up Imperial, man. It's definitely a good read. It's a dope book. I do want it next week. We'll do it next week, like I said, Vinny, because you haven't read it yet. Like
Right.
you haven't caught up on the last issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. We'll do that next week because this one was just dialogue driven, but it was important. This is probably one of the most important books. And fucking Ultimate Spider-Man, like, it's fucking crazy how I'm so invested in this book. Like, I am so invested in the story and the way that they're basically telling these stories, bro, is so out of the ordinary, but it's fucking dope. And it's like you have two competing, companies between the Absolute Universe and the Ultimate Universe, and it's that competition between both. They're really writing dope ass stories, bro.
Yeah,
and I love it. Like, I definitely love it, man.
there's a lot of there's a lot of good comic storytelling happening right now. I'm really proud of like Ultimates.
Mhm.
Fantastic
A
Four.
lot of
Fuck.
incredible stuff. Like Ultimates itself, even Ultimate Wolverine has had some great moments. Like Ultimate Spider-Man is at the top of the food chain pretty much. And Fantastic Four by Ryan North is they just started over again at one. The first couple issues are out of that. And that story is just one of the most phenomenal stories. They're all trapped in time in different time periods, and Reed had a contingency plan for that to meet at a certain spot. And the way that they use their powers to all find each other through time is just
it's
like
insane.
you think Batman has prep time. He ain't got nothing on Reed fucking Richards.
Reed.
Holy shit. Like, it's just an absolutely insanely well crafted and drawn series of stories from Ryan North's whole tenure. Fantastic. It's phenomenal. There's a scene with Sue Storm and finding shit underground that is just one of the dopest images that you've seen in comics, period. Avengers is killing it too. There's a new book, Superior Avengers. I highly recommend Superior Avengers. So Superior Avengers is about Doom took heroes from the future, where there's a future teams of Avengers, and has them back in our day to be his Avengers, kind of like
team,
Thunderbolts or like the Dark Avengers or whatever. But the dope part is, they are secretly plotting against Doom because in the future, Doom is ruled for so long, he's complacent and he's let shit just go to shit, and they are trying to build up enough magic to go fight Doom in the future, because in the future Doom has destroyed all magic artifacts. So the only person with any magical abilities in the future is Doom. Which is like, it's so dope because the way they're doing it, and the way that they've are telling the story, and the way that these characters are acting and interacting with the Avengers and everything, it's really good book. So I highly recommend Superior Avengers. I'm not really sold on New Avengers yet. I don't know if I really like that book. I might drop that one, but regular Avengers is on point, and Superior Avengers is. Daredevil is still fire. Fantastic Four is a must read, and on DC side, they killing it too. Absolute Wonder Woman still.
Absolute Wonder Woman is still dope. Pick up even like I said, man, like the Storm and the Phoenix run right now is pretty much the both of those
Definitely
books.
pick up Storm.
Yeah, definitely pick up Storm. I'm loving the Phoenix too. I'm loving that particular
I have to
story.
check that out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving that, bro. I'm loving, Superman. It's not even just the absolute Superman, but I'm loving
Yeah.
the Superman line that's going on right now. It's incredible as
Yep.
well. But yeah, there's definitely some good comics out there to pick up, man. To search them out. And I think it's an escape against, away from even what we're getting in the cinematic universe. You can definitely get some great storytelling. So definitely check them out, man. As always. So appreciate that. But yeah, man, thank you guys out there for actually hanging with us tonight. Great show. Definitely entertained, man. Had so much fun. Prop.
Next week we'll talk about Amazing Spider-Man reboot too, like the new it's like the first 10 or so.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like I said in the chat earlier, I think we're healing from what Zeb Wells did to us, and I think things are looking up going from here. I hope so.
Hell yeah. I agree. Yeah, man. Anyway, man, Prop, what you got going on, brother?
Nothing, man. Volleyball week, man. So I'm gonna try to drop some videos. I did do a box opening on this little guy, another one of my expensive small figures. This is he popping up? Peter Venkman from Real Ghostbusters. Mondo, man. Mondo is not cheap, so it cost me a little bit, man. But I have decided to get the other 3 Ghostbusters. Man, it came out pretty dope, man. You know what I'm saying? More of a movie fan, man, but I was around when that cartoon came out and watched it. So, but man, besides that, that's it, man. Just chilling, bro. Ain't nothing going on, man. Trying not to spend too much money. Yeah. Like everybody, a little bit more selective. I got tons. I think I got probably like 12, 13 figures on pre-order. So I'm hoping to get that stuff. Most of it's paid for. You know how it is, that last payment. You know what I mean? Most of it is that. And trying to be selective on what I add to it, man. So I'm hoping Hot Toys don't drop nothing crazy in the next
we'll see.
Month, give me a month,
because these motherfuckers just dropping shit left and right, bro. So we just gotta kind of be. We'll see, man. But incoming. You already know, man. But definitely, bro. Thank you for being here as always, man. Vinny, what's going on with you, bro?
Just organizing, reading, organizing. I've probably read like 30 comics this weekend, just catching up on runs and just binging through, and then bagged and boarded about 2 long boxes worth of comics. So I've doing a lot of shuffling, moving around. I've been going through, pulls, organizing them, reading them, bagging and boarding them, and then taking old comics that have been bagged and boarded for 30 plus years and going through those and stripping them, bagging, boarding them, getting them in Mylars, and then scanning them in because I have the CLZ app. So I've been scanning in everything as I bag and board it, so that way I have it on file, so I know what I got, to what I don't got. So just a lot of it's just time consuming, just tedious, and it's not fun, but I still love it because I know how happy I'll be when everything's how I want it with the collection. So I've been working on that. So I took a little break from drawing this weekend, just kind of focus on that. And I had so much other stuff going on. We had that party we were talking about earlier, and did one last Hershey Park run before it started getting too cold and all that, and went to the beach this weekend. So I was just all over the place this weekend. So I got more of that coming up. So more reading, more drawing, more organizing, and back next week, talk comic book talk with friends, more comic book talk. At some point, maybe Alien Earth or Star Wars along the way.
Yeah, man. You already know, bro. We're gonna definitely have those conversations, man. But definitely, bro, thank you for being here as always, man. Right. Last but not least, man, we got Bloomer, bro. What's going on, man?
Man, it's always a pleasure to be here with my brothers and you in the chat. So Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself out there in the chat with some of this good talk. A lot of good points, man. A lot of good conversation happening tonight. So I'm always blessed to be a part of this. As for me, you guys know the rotation. Monday here with you all, you beautiful people. And then we'll be back at it on Wednesday. We'll see what happens in the world of six scale in the next 48 hours. Prop shared some interesting information with us. We'll see if others come out and corroborate that information going forward. So very interested to see what the next 48 hours is going to look like in 6 scale.
Oh
But
yeah.
personally, on that tip, I will be getting Han Solo and Darth Maul in the collection tomorrow. So can't
Yeah.
wait for them to land and take some nice pictures. I spent the latter part of Saturday and Friday nights just reorganizing, getting new risers in. So
Yeah.
the collections have been updated, the displays have been updated. They look great, but my back is cooked. So man, always a pleasure to be here. Like I always said, man.
Appreciate
Again, wrap it up. Stop putting it in that raw sushi if you don't want to pay that child support. Everybody, all right? So make sure take care of yourself. We will wrap it up.
Man, definitely, bro.
Hey,
Thank you guys.
dude. Hey, y'all. Before
Yeah.
we get off, I do want to share with the community. I was on Big Bad Toy Store today. Dude, they have the Miles Morales from across the Spider-Verse, and they got the Darth Maul figure that I think is sold out everywhere else. They had it on there still
Oh,
for
well.
hmm
regular
Yeah,
price.
yeah. The Big Bad Toy Store. They shouldn't be your third option, I would say, just because they
Yeah.
like to rack in and recover what they spent to get it from
Mm-hmm.
Cyclone. Personally.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Them prices be meaty, bro. That's why I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm good. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I haven't bought anything from Big Bad at all, ever. But I see other people who have and they go through it. That's why I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm definitely straight.
Yeah, dude. You know what? I only go because there's been times. I mean, big
Sometimes you
purchases
can
of
find shit
like
there that you're looking for.
DeLoreans that sold
Yeah.
out
Mhm.
everywhere, and so
Yeah,
you're right. So the prices is beat, but not as beefy as the aftermarket price. You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
a Godzilla -1.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not
What's that?
your first option. Not your second option. Probably want to be your like third or fourth option out
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yep.
What'd you
100.
say,
I got a
Benny?
Godzilla -1 from them.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just gotta watch. I'm just really watching with them, but I mean, they're not as
It's
bad as
not something that was somewhere else. I think it was like there,
yeah.
exclusive
Yeah.
with them.
True. 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 Anyway, man, thank you guys, everybody out there for being here. Of course, you already know we got Say What Wednesday. We got Alien Earth, the Aftershock show tomorrow night to discuss, pretty much that episode. Depending on how late we actually do that, to give time, give grace for people to watch it, of course. Then we got, of course, Uncivilized, and then Figure Flex Friday, of course. And then we have, of course, Collectors Lounge. So definitely stay tuned for that. But tomorrow night's going to be a dope episode. We'll see what actually happens this week in the collecting atmosphere within the next 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. We'll see how it's going to work. Well, yeah, can't wait. Anyway, everybody out there, you have a good rest of your evening. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep and hope you are too. Have a great day. We'll talk to y'all later, man. Peace
Bye.
out.